Hello everybody. I'm actually really looking forward to doing this. Just had to make sure all the stream settings were looking good. Last time had an issue when I did a PS1 game. So let's jump right in. Crash Bandicoot 2 is a game that I believe should be on the classic. Not really Crash 1. I think Crash 2 is a much better game. It kind of just takes Crash 1 and does everything better. I got goosebumps, baby.
Crystals. Of course.
Goosebumps, baby. So nostalgic. I actually haven't played this since childhood. Yeah, I remember playing the demo for this so many times.
When we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Crash? Crash? Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Dude, here we go. We have control. So, Crash Bandicoot, if you don't know, it's a platformer. Instead of going left and right, though, you go away from the screen. And tonight I'm going to be looking at two games. Crash 2 and Crash Team Racing, which came out 2 years later, I think. I think this is 97. And Team Racing is 99. So here we go. We got the Unamaga guy. He's the mask. He's basically an extra hit. I think you can only take one hit without him.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
And I didn't like the idea of playing 3. I didn't even play 3, so that's gotta say something on its own. It's just, you know, the idea of vehicles and having multiple characters, I never liked that in these games. Like Sly Cooper, I didn't like when they made that, where you can control more than one character. I just like using the main guy. Look at these rain effects. I mean, just look at the stage itself. It's a piece of art. And yeah, so tonight looking at 2 games, and just because I'm looking at 2 games do not let that devalue the situation here. They're both great and they both deserve your time. And dreams were crushed with the PlayStation Classic. We know that we're not getting this. A lot of people argue it's because, well, Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash 3 just got a remaster on the PS4. Yeah, I don't think that's really an argument there. I think, you know, this is Crash 1, the original Crash 1, and in the future, when we look back on the classic, we're gonna be like, yeah, it has Crash 1. You know, what if Final Fantasy VII Remake came out? Would people say, oh, well, you know, the FF7 shouldn't be on the classic because it just got a remaster, a remake? You know, think if you're gonna try to defend the PS1 Classic, you should at least be consistent with it. There's some Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong action there with the slide jumping. Oh crap. I think I screwed that up. It's alright. Boom, baby. Not really sure what that did though. I think maybe it unlocked this area. With these brown boxes, in order to get the fruits, you gotta jump on them instead of breaking them. I guess the question you could ask is, you know, there's a lot of controversy with the PS1 Classic, you know. Who actually made the system? Was it Sony? Was it an outside company? But you gotta ask, if they did have the rights, well, they did, because you can buy these right now on the PS3. That's how I'm playing this, on the PS3. So why didn't they include this game? I couldn't answer that honestly, but strange, definitely. Got your collectibles, trying to find all the boxes, trying to find the crystals. So much fun.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world.
And I think ituld be totally fine to have more than one game on the same franchise. And Crash Team Racing and Crash Bandicoot are completely different games. You got one game that's considered by many one of the best platformers, and while I don't agree with that, I still, you know, can definitely respect this game. And then you have the other game, which is also considered by many to be the best kart racing game ever. You know, you got 3 games. It's Crash Team Racing, Diddy Kong Racing, and Mario Kart. Dude, I used to do this so much. I think this was the level in the demo. Just skate. I would skate forever. Crash has some character to him. So, such a cool character. See, these levels go from vertical to horizontal. Look at this, you got the cool reflection. Yeah, dude, I remember this stage. I used to play it so much in the demo. And the controls are, you know, responsive. Maybe it doesn't control as well as it should, but it definitely gets the job done. Alright, so I don't want to really... I'm not trying to go for 100% here, I just kind of want to show you the game. I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, maybe you're not supposed to. I was thinking it was like a staircase you gotta get up on. Oops. Oh yeah, you can actually hit the fruit away. Transitions are great. And that's pretty much it. You got a slide mechanic, you got a belly flop, and you got the spin attack. What more do you need, honestly? There's boss fights. Yeah, I just don't understand the argument about, well, he can't, you know, you can't have Crash on the PS1 Classic because he just got remastered. And that to me just doesn't make sense at all. That doesn't hold any weight. It just doesn't, you know. Like I mentioned, well, we also have Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out, and in the future, these two things are going to exist at once, at the same time. We're going to have the PS1 Classic, and we're going to have Final Fantasy VII Remake out. So these people who are arguing for Crash not being in here, in the Classic, are they going to say, oh, well, I'm sorry, Final Fantasy VII shouldn't be in it anymore? You know, it's not about what remasters we have. It's about what is a classic. It's called the PSOne Classic. You know, it's about the nostalgia of having these old school graphics. Oh god. Well, this is Naughty Dog at their best. Seriously. Didn't really like what they did with Jack and Daxter. Wasn't feeling Uncharted. This is pretty much all I got on Naughty Dog. The music is classic too. I mean, it's not the best music I've heard. In fact, I wouldn't even give it a second listen, but it fits so well with Crash. 16 lives, that seems like a high number, but this is look at Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Some little mini games like that actually do get made into full games. I can't think of any others, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they are out there. Dude, look at this waterfall. The only thing about it, which I wouldn't really knock it, you get to this point, you see, oh, 27 out of 74. Okay, that's terribly bad, right? I could go back and look for them, but I can't see what's in front of my guy. You know, the camera isn't going to spin around. But you also don't get that in a lot of the 2D side-scrolling games. You know, like Mario Brothers, you can't go back. In the later games, yeah, you could, but not in the original.
3 crystals. Not bad.
But in this game, you can go back. It's just the camera isn't going to work with
I
you.
will communicate with you again after you.
So it's cool.
The 5th crystal.
Levels are nice and short too. I like that. I like short levels. I like short games. But I don't really know if you would call this a short game, because there's a lot to do in terms of collectibles and getting everything, finding secrets. This is back when character idle animations meant a lot. They really kind of detail the character for you. And if you don't know by now, Crash is not the brightest character. In fact, he's pretty stupid. And it's been a long time since I played Crash, any of the Crash games, honestly. Like I said, this is like the first time I played this since childhood. Whoop. Look at that, a lot of cool little death animations too. Like if you get frozen, I think your angel, you'll see your angel come out of your body and it'll float up, or maybe that's just when you die normally. Wow, got me again. Oh, there, see, there it is, you get the angel. Man, I remember I used to, it was a store called Eckerd's, or Eckerd or something like that. It's basically what CVS is today. It used to be called Eckerd's. And I was in there. Again, this is childhood. And I guess they had a toy section or something. Or maybe it was just like a limited, you know, they just had like a few toys. They actually had Crash Bandicoot action figures, and that was so cool. I actually got one. It comes with a crystal, like a purple crystal that you can collect. I guess they were cheap though, because my Crash broke. Like his arms fell off. I wish I could get those again, or at least just see them. That was so cool. Oh, here we go, branching paths. We'll go right. But yeah, man, those little figures are cool. I can't remember the variations or the other kinds of figures. I guess you could get like an in-Cortex, a Crash, maybe different versions of Crash, kind of like how they do with the Ninja Turtles. Check this out. Yeah, dude. And then you can go back and get all the other pieces, or all the other boxes, but I'm just gonna move forward. Skip the bonus area. Kind of want to get to a boss. And the good thing about Crash is it handles well with the D-pad. An analog stick would feel better because you do have 3D movement here. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's PS1. Man, they really did drop the ball with that PS1 classic. I hate to say it, but they did. No crystal there. So it looks like every level has a purple crystal. But some levels have like gems you can find. Diamonds and stuff. Crash-Dash. So if you had 2 games to pick from on the PS1 to call the best. Oh, look at this. Changing it up. We're going back. We're going toward the screen. You gotta pick Crash Team Racing and Crash 2. And if you do have an argument, I would actually love to hear it because, you know, I gotta admit, I never played Crash 3, but I think that in itself says something. You know, I had no interest because I didn't like the vehicles and I didn't like playing as anyone other than Crash. I'm glad that these don't kill you. They just kind of lose speed. Dude, some of these jumps are like, you gotta be right on the edge to make. Look at that. Having a low latency screen is a must when playing Crash. Oh, that killed me. I got a bit of lag on my TV. But if you want to get serious about some Crash, you got to get that low latency. And again, I like, if you do die, you're not going to be too far from where you fell. So you can just hop right in, get straight back into the action. Dude, this was so fun. Little turbo. It's so cool though that they use, you know, like I was talking about, if you do go back, the camera's not going to switch over for you. But I like how they use that as a gameplay mechanic. Okay. Oh, the pits? I didn't do the pits? Oh, you have to find... Okay, see, I'm learning things. I'm remembering how things work here. You have to find a crystal to beat the level, okay? So let's take that left path. And maybe we'll go through the bonus stages. I'm not sure if bonus stages get you crystals or not. It wouldn't make much sense if they did, though I would understand if they did. But a bonus should be that, a bonus. It should get you lives, points, not things to progress through the game. That's not a bonus in my eye, that's a requirement. If you're required to go through the bonus levels, then that's a mark against the game. But it's like, man, you want to show someone what the PS1's all about, you bust this game out. Oh, I think that actually opens up a switch on the right side. You bust out some Crash 2. You bust out some Jumping Flash, some Metal Gear. Damn, they dropped the ball. I wonder what happens on this part if you don't hit these guys. Are they just gonna chase you? I think if I really wanted to, I could turn on the analog stick, but I'm gonna stay true. Yeah, using the D-pad isn't that big of a deal. Even though it is the PS3 D-pad, and it kind of hurts to use, honestly, it's kind of mushy. That could just be my controller. I mean, I've had the thing for years, so... You know, it's not gonna be in the best condition.
Listen up. We are not without enemies. Some of them you may even recognize. Although they cannot harm you inside this warp room, they can attack you on your way to the next one. To get to the next warp room, use the platform that appears in the center of the room. Good luck.
Good luck. Here we go, dude. This is what I wanted to show you. A boss fight. Look at this guy, Ripper Roo. So I think this is just kind of like, just avoid everything, stay away from the explosions. But look at this stage. I mean... very well crafted. I like it a lot. Got the waterfall in the background, got this platform, the books. It just gives it that character. Traditional 3 hits. I like that touching him doesn't hurt you. And then you had the Crash Bandicoot mascot. That was, I mean, that is the classic. That was just so cool. And how he went up to like the Nintendo building and stuff like that. So here's the ice area. I'm not sure if these levels are actually themed, because in that first land, there was a snow level in there, but it was mostly jungle. Oh, dude, I got to do... Can I skip this? I'm sorry. I got to do Barrett. I have to. Yeah, as a kid, I used to love sliding on this ice. I mean, it's cool. You see a reflection, sounds like ice, feels very heavy, but this level used to drive me insane. But it's so fun. I don't think you can gain any speed. It's just left, right, and jump. Holding up isn't going to help you out any. I don't think. It doesn't seem that way. Look at the whale. Sonic Adventure 2. You got your... Whoa, you got your big hops, you got your small hops. Or your big jumps and your hops. Uh-oh. Wow. It might be one-hit KOs on this. So much fun. It's always a good time. Not always, not really, because they can get very, very challenging. Look at that, I just missed one. I wasn't even trying. So that is a look at Crash. You know what's next. Just gotta boot it up real quick. Time for some CTR, baby. Just gotta make sure that the stream is still looking okay. Last time I tried some PSOne, somehow my quality dropped to 128 by 128. That is unheard of.
Start your engines for a Sony Computer Entertainment America production. Fasten your seatbelts for another Naughty Dog creation.
So cool, you got the narration going on. Sure, everyone was doing this. You had Diddy Kong Racing, you had Mario Kart. But, I mean, because of those, we got a great game. And like I said, people will argue that this is, in fact, the best kart racer that's ever come out. You got a battle mode, versus, arcade, and adventure. Holy cow. And again, I haven't played this since back in the day, and it's weird because I bought these PS1 classics. But I guess I never played them because I looked at my memory cards. I don't have any data. Okay, so who's the one to use? Engine. No, you gotta be pretty advanced to use those heavy dudes. Keep it simple. Please enter your name. Whoop. Oh, I do have data. I have nothing on it though. Oh man, I forget the mechanics of this game too. I know there's like a power slide, boost kind of thing. Here we go, baby. Look at this. You got the genie from Diddy Kong.
Welcome to the Adventure Arena. You can travel around this area and practice your driving skills. The dots and stars on the map represent warp pads, which lead to races. When they flash, it signifies they are open to play. To access a racetrack, drive onto a warp pad that has an active warp vortex, and it will take you to the track start line. Finish a track in first place to win a trophy. As you collect more trophies, other tracks will turn on and open to you. Good luck, and drive fast.
Alright, so you gotta win first. I'm just gonna have to jump in. Jump in, Crash Cove. Okay, so there's like a coin, a trophy, and then there's like a cross. Again, probably taking a page from Diddy Kong, where you got, you know, the keys you can find. I think, and the balloons, I think, is how Diddy Kong works. Oh, I got that. I'm not really sure how that works. Just gotta take a guess. So pretty amateur right now. I just want to win the race. Dude, I love these controls though. Even like arcade racers today. Arcade racers, note that by the way, not simulations or anything. They try to use like these modern controls that I'm not too fond of. I like holding X. X is the go button. It's always been that way. Gotta start doing some power slides here. Not really sure how it works though. Whoop. Again, the music to me is nothing too special. It might be L1. Yeah, it's L1. Or I guess the opposite button, that you can use L1 to jump or R1, and that initiates the power slide. That's pretty cool. You can hit the boxes to get a weapon. I'm not sure why they're shining like that. Oh, I guess because I have 10 fruits. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that feels great. Is this all the characters though? You gotta have some unlockables.
Congratulations, you win a trophy. The more Wampa fruit you collect, the faster your cart will go. If you collect and hold 10 Wampa fruit, you'll be juiced up, and your power-up will become more potent.
Juiced up, baby. Ruse Tubes. Oh yeah, Rue. That'd be a good character to have. I think when Activision took over Crash Bandicoot on the GameCube, Xbox and all that stuff, PS2, I think they did make another Crash Team Racing, Crash Tag Team Racing, and honestly I don't know what that game even looks like. I wonder if you get more boost when the bar is filled, like, all the way up to the top, or if anywhere in the red is going to get you the same result. Really, the only thing I can knock on this game right now is the frame rate. It's choppy, but that's something that I think I can get used to. Dude, these turns. I'm sucking. Oh wow, you can shoot the bubble. That's pretty cool. That was a tough race. Kept running into those walls. I want to play as Tiny. I like those just raw speed characters. Because normally in those kind of games, if you can get good at power sliding and, you know, controlling your character, you can do some pretty sharp turns with the power slides and stuff like that. You can always use a brake, which is kind of weird to do in a racing game, especially an arcade racer, but, you know, that helps.
When you get a TNT crate on your head, start hopping immediately. If you react fast and hop enough times, the TNT crate will fall off your head before it explodes.
That's very helpful, actually. So I guess I cannot, maybe, I'm gonna say I can't change my character though. So I would imagine that the adventure is short. You're just going to replay it with all the characters. I know if you can get really good at this game and have constant vibration. So every time you do a boost, you're getting that vibration. Oh, not good. Oh, that was a character. And how cool is it that there's a battle mode for this? Even though it's only 2-player, maybe you can hook up by LAN, I'm not really sure. Still, that's really cool. Got the 2 best Crash games right here. And even on the PSOne, I was talking about Crash games on the PSOne, but I think just in general, Crash, these games right here are the ones that you want to play.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Sweet.
You can get a hang time turbo from jumping. The longer you're in the air, the bigger the turbo you'll get when you...
Oh yeah, this level looks fun. The heck was that? I don't know what just hit me. think the bear would be my character. I just picked Crash because, you know, he's freaking Crash Bandicoot. The boosting is really cool once you get it down. So if you don't understand, it's the little bar in the bottom right corner. Once you do a drift, it's going to fill up. You then hit the opposite button, which in my case is going to be L1. R1 is my hop, L1 is my turbo button. Fills up red, boom, hit L1 and you're going to get a boost. You do it 3 times, you're going to get a long boost. Here we go, a boss. Oh, it'd be so cool if you could unlock him as a character. We gotta see how big he is. I mean, he's in a cart. You know, you look at Diddy Kong Racing and the bosses are like flying, they're dinosaurs. You know, or they're giant octopuses or whatever. Oh, dude, this guy's totally unlockable. Botched it. Oh crap, he is one of those though. He's got infinite items. Play it a little safe here because I don't want to get hit by all this TNT. That's cool, I actually hit him. You can only do 3 turbos in 1 turn. So if you botch any of them, you're down to turbo. That's cool, I like that. There's a lot of skill in this game. So that's kind of my take on the Crash games. That should have been on the Classic, and the Classic is out. The games have been announced. Dreams have been crushed. You know, they're not making any memory card game packs where you slide it in your memory card and you get additional games. They're not doing that. I kind of thought that they might, based on the wording of their advertisements on the Classic system, but no, I'm afraid that's not going to happen. We're stuck with those 20 games.
Congratulations. Congratulations on opening this new area.
Unfortunately,
You will find
yeah, a
4
lot of them
more tracks to race. Good luck.
don't really suck, but just put the obvious choices on there. It's okay to do obvious, especially when you're talking about a classic system. You know, that's alright. So, that's all I got. That's, you know, I wish we had some Crash on that thing, but it ain't happening. And that remaster argument is invalid. It's completely bullcrap. You can't tell me that we can't experience the original Crash on a PS1 classic system just because we got a PS4 remaster. Good night, everybody.